attitude.
All right, let's move on and talk about some football. There's a big game on Sunday. I don't know if you guys heard about it. It will be the 16th matchup between the two of the best quarterbacks in the National Football League.
It's going to be one of the biggest spectacles in the history of sports.
Now let me ask you that. Is that an exaggeration, or is that a little bit of hyperbole?
I don't know.
Say?
Keep going. I'm sorry.
That's okay. I don't mind. As of now, both Brady and Manning have had incredible Octobers, posting the best QBRs in the league. Tom Brady owns Manning with 10 wins to Manning's 5, but when they meet on Sunday, will Manning get his 6th win in New England? Stephen A., I don't necessarily know if this is going to be the greatest spectacle in sports, but I want to ask you this question. Who do you think will win in New England on Sunday?
Skip Bayless, Kerry, I am going with the Denver Broncos to win this game. Obviously, New England tends to have their number, particularly when they show up in Foxborough. Peyton Manning can speak to that because of how many times he's lost at Foxborough. We understand that, Skip Bayless, and based on the way New England has looked lately, understanding how pivotal this game is, with Aqib Talib coming back in town and what have you, you look at this and you say, this is the kind of game New England would normally win. And I was inclined to pick them. My problem, Skip, is twofold. Number one, Denver lost there last year after having a big lead.
Yep.
New England comes back and beats them. I'm not sure I'm willing to go with them doing it twice in a row. And number two, and more importantly, the upgrade in that defense, because we know about Denver's offense with Emmanuel Sanders, the Thomases, Wes Welker, Ronnie Hillman running the ball effectively, Thompson coming out of the backfield with them, giving them some muscle instead of a finesse game out of the backfield. We know about all of that. And, of course, Peyton Manning in the offensive line. But defensively, I don't believe Denver is the same team. I think that Denver is going to be out to prove a point against New England, just the same way they tried to do against Seattle. You've got DeMarcus Ware added, TJ Ward added, Aqib Talib added, and you have Von Miller in the mix, healthy and not suspended. So all of those things being considered, I think the Denver Broncos defense has been significantly upgraded by John Elway with the personnel that they have in place. I think they're rougher. I think they're tougher than they were a year ago. And I think in a game of this magnitude, although I expect it to be a big-time game, possibly potential epic performances by both quarterbacks, in the end, I think that Denver has to step up. If they are what we think they are, if they've made amends for their putrid performance in the Super Bowl, and they're that team to beat like we think they are again, because we've noticed the upgrade on the defensive side of the ball, they win a game like this, Skip, on the road in Foxborough. So I'm going to go with the Denver Broncos to win this game. I'm going to pick them to win 31-27.
I don't disagree with a single point you made except for your conclusion. I agree with every point you made that on paper, Denver should win this football game. The odds makers are saying Denver by 3, and this is only the 4th time in the last 10 years that the New England Patriots have been underdogs at home. And I think they should be odds makers, underdogs, because I'm with you. Denver is significantly better than Denver was when it beat Tom Brady and company in the AFC Championship game just last year, 26-16. As you point out with Von Miller, that pass rush is significantly better than it was last year with DeMarcus coming off the other side. And that secondary is significantly upgraded with Talib and TJ Ward. And Emmanuel Sanders is a significant upgrade over Eric Decker. And I think Ronnie Hillman is becoming a significant upgrade over Monte Ball running the football. And if possible, Peyton Manning at 38 is playing at an even higher level than Peyton Manning was playing at last year at age 37, which boggles my mind. So I get all that. But there's just something about Tom Brady at Gillette Stadium. If you will, Tom Brady is razor sharp at Gillette. And at Gillette just last Sunday, he was about as sharp as I've ever seen him, albeit against the Chicago Bears. But to go 30 for 35 with 4 drops, that's pretty sharp. And all of a sudden, Gronk, if he stays healthy, is in full beast mode. There's no one's beasting better than Gronk is right now. And Brandon LaFell has emerged as a go-to #1 wideout target for Tom Brady. And all of a sudden, don't look now, but this Jonas Gray, you may not know a lot about him, but he's given this team some pop banging the ball between the tackles, and I think you're going to see a significant portion of Jonas Gray this Sunday afternoon. Revis, Browner, those are big upgrades at the corners for the New England Patriots because they're more physical than the Patriots were last year. Maybe they can go bust up some of those swing screens that Peyton and company would Demarius burn teams with. So I'm going to hang in there. I'm going to say that Mother Nature will even be on Tom Brady's side because forecast calls for winds gusting to 30 miles an hour.
Wait a minute.
That's advantage Tom Brady.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, that's what
I
the
didn't know
forecast
about those
calls.
winds gusting. Now I'm worried.
Okay.
I didn't
You
know
should
that.
be. You should be.
I didn't know about the winds gusting now because
That's a
remember,
significant advantage for the home team.
That's a significant advantage.
Do you want to change your pick?
because
I will allow you to change your pick right now.
Go ahead.
I'm not going to do it, but I almost want to. I'm not going to front. I'm not going to front. I almost want to, Skip, because we're talking about Peyton Manning. Everything's about timing. The velocity on his throws.
He's not the strongest arm.
Decent. No. Not the strongest arm. I mean, I'm very worried about that because when I think about Peyton Manning excelling, I don't think about inclement weather and winds. I don't think about that. I'm thinking about all right.
There's not going to be any precipitation, just high winds. And I don't think it'll be that cold. I think it's going to be like maybe mid-40s.
I'm gonna stick with my pick, but I'm worried about that. I'm not going to lie. I'm not going to lie about that.
Stephen A. going with Denver, and he's putting the asterisk on it because of the wind gusts, but he's still going to go with Denver.
I'm going to go with Tom Brady 32, Peyton Manning 30.
All right.
And let me end this by saying it is a privilege and an honor to watch these two play for the 16th time. We're blessed to have this.
We are. You're right. And we take it for granted. But well said. Number Fire will also agree with you. They're giving Patriots the edge here to win.
They are?
Yeah, so
I didn't know
that.
that.
Yeah, it's a done deal.